Hey, Carson, happy birthday, buddy. Hope you have a great day and a great weekend. Happy birthday.
Just a little more time is all we're asking for. 'Cause just a little more time could open closing doors. Just a little uncertainty can bring it down. And nobody wants to know you now. And nobody wants to show you how. So if you're lost and on your own, you can never surrender. And if your path won't lead you home, you can never surrender.
Yeah, T-Sipper, man. We'll try to share some of it tomorrow morning on the College Kickoff Show and every Saturday morning on the College Kickoff Show. We always try to give away some money. Every Saturday morning, 9 a.m.
To never surrender. With a little perseverance, you can get things done.
Yeah, okay, Carson. Yeah, send me an email and I'll type out exact details, but just quick overview. It's March 7th through 10th. The cruise leaves out of Port Canaveral, Florida on a Friday, and it comes back to Port Canaveral, Florida Monday morning. And there's a deadline. The deadline doesn't matter. The cost is about $1,000 per room, but it's 2 people per room. So hopefully you have somebody you can go with, or a friend you can bring, or whatever the case, somebody. They basically, cruise is basically charged by the room, technically, as opposed to by the person. Similar to a hotel room, basically. So if you go by yourself, it's going to cost you about $1,000 for the room. If you bring somebody with you and you share a room, it costs you about $500 a person. So, but anyway, if you email me, I'll type you out some details. But I guess now would be a good time to refresh everyone's memory. But yes, the Slob Olympics this coming year, which is, of course, the first week or two of March every year, Slob Olympics. This year we're doing a cruise. The cruise leaves out of Port Canaveral Friday, March 7th, and comes back Friday. Jesus, let's start over. The Slob Olympics cruise this coming year is March 7th through 10th. That's a Friday through a Monday. So we leave Port Canaveral, Florida, Friday, March 7th. The boat comes back to Port Canaveral, Florida, Monday, March 10th. If you ever went on a cruise before, you know how this works. But you call the cruise company. You can call the cruise company now if you want and just put a deposit down on your room. That makes it easier to pay for, you know. You could pay $50, $100, $200, whatever, to reserve a room on that specific cruise. And then you have, I believe, until sometime around the second week of December to pay it off. That's how that works. The cruise stops in one port. I can't remember which port it is. I think it's somewhere in the Bahamas. So basically, we sail out of Florida on Friday. We're on the boat all day Friday. Saturday, the boat docks at somewhere in the Bahamas. You get off the boat, you do your thing, you get back on the boat. Sunday is all day at sea on the boat, and then Monday morning you wake up and you're back in Florida. And anybody wants to email me for more details on that, go ahead, and I'll type out some details for you. The guys' Vegas trip this year is Monday, January 27th. The national title game is on Monday, January 20th. Our Vegas trip starts the Monday after that. Now, the thing about the Vegas trip, the dates are not like concrete. So the 27th is a Monday, the 31st is a Friday. So most people are going between those days. You know, maybe they get to Vegas on Monday and leave Thursday. Maybe they get to Vegas on Sunday and leave Friday. Maybe they get there on Tuesday and leave Friday, whatever. But those are the general dates that will be there, January 27th through the 31st. It looks like we're going to be staying at the Flamingo again, but you stay at any hotel you want. It doesn't matter where you stay. You just meet up with us every morning and hang out with us or whatever all day. But we have a really good time with that last year. I'm excited for that again. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you want to go to Vegas and you're by yourself, get in touch with me because I may have some room. So you may be able to stay with me. But anyway, yeah, January 27th through January 31st. That's the Vegas trip. Plane tickets for that, you should probably buy your plane tickets in October or November. That's generally when plane tickets would be the cheapest. Best time to buy plane tickets is about 60 to 90 days before you're going to fly. So if you were to try to buy plane tickets for this Vegas trip now, the price is going to be a little higher versus if you wait till October or the beginning of November. to buy your plane tickets for Vegas. I can't tell you what the plane ticket would cost for you. From Augusta to Vegas and back that time of year for me is somewhere between $300 and $400. So not too bad. Not too bad. But yeah, those are the two. Those are the two things. Those are the two get-togethers or trips or whatever you want to call it that we have planned right now. Slob Cruise, March 7th through 10th, and the guys' Vegas trip, January 27 through 31. I think that's about it for right now. Because, you know, we don't do much during the football season as far as big get-togethers go because everybody's at home every weekend watching football. I may have some people over one weekend to watch some games here. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet, or if I do it, what weekend it would be. It would probably be sometime towards the end of October or beginning of November, like maybe Georgia, Florida weekend or some weekend around there. T-Sip right here, that buddy. Yeah, get you a QR code. As far as having money for these trips goes, for the Vegas trip, I've already started my shoebox, just like I did last year. Last year around this time, I got me out a shoebox, and every time I came home, whether I had $1 in my pocket or $20 in my pocket or $30 in my whatever leftover change, whatever, I had a shoebox, and I'd put the money in the shoebox and just forget about it. And that's how I saved money for the Vegas trip last year. So I'm doing the same thing. Doing the same thing now. I got the shoebox out a couple of days ago. Found me a shoebox, cut a little hole in the top of it. Just enough to stick money through. And anytime I come home with money in my pocket, I just shove it in that shoebox and forget about it. No, Chase, I generally don't carry cash. Well, I don't normally carry cash around town. If I'm on vacation or out of town, yeah, I'll carry cash. But so what I do is like when I'm saving for something, like in this case, the Vegas trip, every time I go to the grocery store or like the other day I went to Walmart to get something. What was it? I had to get some. It doesn't matter. But anyway, I went to Walmart literally 2 days ago. But this is what I do when I'm saving money for something that's months away. Every time I go anywhere, grocery store, Walmart, whatever, where when you use your card, it asks you if you want cash back, I click yes. And like, you know, depending on how much money I might have or don't have, I'll do $20 cash back. Sometimes I'll do $100 if I have it in there, you know, if I have whatever. And then I'll bring that money home and put it in the shoebox. But no, generally I don't carry a lot of cash around, no. I don't watch a lot of hype videos, like when I'm just sitting around or whatever. Sometimes during the intro of the call-in show, I'll play some hype videos while the music is playing. I think I played a hype video last night for a little while some of the music was playing before the call-in show. But yeah, that's a good way to get you in the mood. Colby says the Gypsy's gonna be in trouble come Monday. Yeah, I'm up 2 this week. Yeah, I'll be honest, Austin. I'm not the best when it comes to just saving money in general. Like a rainy day fund or whatever. I have to have something specific that I'm saving for. If I have something specific I'm saving for, it becomes a lot easier for me to save money. And when I have a goal or a plan or something that I'm saving for, then I'm really good at saving money. But if it's not on my mind, I'm not the best. I'm not the best at saving money. Really, I have to have a goal, like an end plan. Last year I got a little lucky too with the saving for the Vegas trip thing. You remember? Well, I don't know if you remember or not, but me and the lady went to New Orleans for 2 or 3 days in December last year before Christmas. And the last day we were there, I went down to the casino and played blackjack. And no lie, in like 45 minutes, I made almost $3,000. I went on. It might be the greatest blackjack run I ever went on, and I've gone on some good ones, but that was one of the best ever. But I won about $2,500 or $3,000 in under an hour playing blackjack the last day we were there, and I said, "That's it, cash me out." So when I got back from New Orleans in December, I had $3,000 cash in my pocket, and I dumped that in the shoebox too. So that helped me juice up the Vegas shoebox last year. I need something like that to happen this year.
I'll be alone, dancing, you know it, baby. Going to take you apart. I put us back together at heart, baby. Don't you forget about me. Don't.
When you go on a multi-day gambling trip, anytime you win, it's good on a gambling trip. But in my opinion, the best times to win money when you go on a gambling trip, you want to win when you first get there or right when you're about to leave. One of the two. If you win a lot of money when you first get there, it relaxes you the rest of the trip. You don't have to worry, oh God, what if I lose $100 on the slots, or what if I lose $100 playing blackjack or whatever, because you just won whatever amount of money literally as soon as you got there. The next best time to win money when you're gambling is right before you leave, because then you don't have time to gamble it away. You're literally like winning on your way out the door thing. So anytime you win is good, but those are the two best times to win. Yeah, I already bet the Notre Dame game, I think. Let me look. I'm pretty sure I already bet it, though. La, 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 la. La, la, la. Yeah, all right, let me look here. Bet US. I've got Georgia -14, James Madison -7, Miami -2, I've got Notre Dame +2.5, and I've got Southern Cal +6. I've got Texas -4 versus Michigan in week 2, and I've got Georgia Tech +11. Let's see what that Georgia Tech line is up to. It's been dropping. I wish I would have got it at 13.5. I missed the boat, and it dropped. Let's see what it's at now. It was down to 10. Yeah, it's at 10 still. I'll be surprised if it goes under 10, because 10 is such a key number in betting. But Florida State's gone from a 13.5 point favorite to a 10 point favorite. I like the under, too. Under 55.5. I like the under. Is Notre Dame back? No, not yet. They got to do something before they're back. They've got a chance to be back, but they're not back yet. They got to win a playoff game to be back. That's the only way they can get back is to win a playoff game. If Florida State loses in a huge upset to Georgia Tech, the year season is over. It'll be the greatest year season over video in history. I will make a prediction that if Florida State loses that game, the number of Florida State fans you see on the internet is going to immediately decrease by half. If we have another housing crisis, I'm going to be buying up property left and right. I'm not going to be the asshole that's rooting for that to happen. But that happening is the best chance I have of buying a house. I'll just be honest with you. It's hard for me to buy a house right now. The interest rates are so high. And I'm self-employed, so it's a lot harder to get a loan. But if the market were to crash and there were no buyers, you know, a house that costs $400,000 today, if the market were to crash, I could buy it for $275,000 and the banks would be way more willing to give me the loan. Lowering interest rates in September. Yeah, they need to lower them 2 or 3 times, though. I needed to get back down to 4. I don't know. If I wait for the rates to get back down to 4 or 5%, I might not ever buy it. It might not get. We might not see 4 or 5% interest rates on houses in my lifetime again. That ship might have sailed, but 8% is just too much. Yeah, I hear you, some guy. I hear you. So I'm not rooting for a housing crisis because that's terrible for the economy as a whole, and it hurts a lot of people when that happens. So I'm not rooting for that. I'm happy where I'm at anyway, but you know, for people who are looking to buy, that would be, you know, that you would get the best deal under those scenarios. Your rate is 1.75. Would you do a 15-year loan or what? How'd you get? I mean, that's the lowest I've ever seen on a house. I don't know anybody that's ever got 1.75. Did you buy the rate down or what did you do? 2.3 in 2020. Yeah, 2020 was another really good time to buy. 50, yeah, you can buy the rate. You can buy your rate down with a bigger down payment. Buy a point, 2 points. Yeah, 2020 was a great time. The 2 best times of my lifetime to buy a house, 2020 and 2008. 2000, I'm telling, there's houses in Augusta where I live right now that are $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 houses if you buy it now. In 2008, they were $150,000, and they were begging people to buy them. Yeah, that's exciting, Mike. Yeah, see, 6.7. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but the thing is, like, let's take a $200,000 house. Well, at 4%, you're going to pay one amount. At 6.7%, you're paying almost twice. It's just makes such a big difference in your monthly payment. 2.3%, no money down on a 30-year loan. Yeah, I need you to send me your mortgage broker's information. What kind of loan was it? If I'm asking something you don't want to answer, just don't answer it. But what was it? Was that some kind of first-time homebuyer's loan or an FHA loan or what? VA loan? What was that? 2.3 with no money down. Oh, your wife is your mortgage broker. Oh, okay, yeah, you got it made then. Yeah, I keep telling you, Texas is on my list of places. I want to vacation somewhere in Texas, Boston, Philadelphia, Chicago, somewhere in Colorado. I've got a list, and Texas is on it. New York City. I've been to New York City a bunch of times, but the lady's never been, and she really wants to go, so that's on the list. Atlantic City. Jay's right. I've been doing that on my car. Not specifically 2 extra car payments a year, but I've been making extra payments on my car every football season. It'll be paid off in a couple of months. No, Omaha's not on the list, Spank. Omaha's not on the list. Don't you get Nate riled up now. You got ways around the system. I don't even want a way around the system. I just want somebody that will loan me money as a YouTuber. And that's just hard to do. I don't know. You would think now enough people would understand content creation and stuff. But the look on people's faces when they, okay, so where do you work? Well, I make YouTube videos. The look on people's faces is still like, it's like you might as well have 2 heads or something the way they're looking at you. People still don't get it or understand it. Talk to me. You haven't lived till you've been to Starkville, Mississippi? Well, I guess I'm going to die having never lived then. Yeah, I mean, every day that goes by, I think people in general are more and more knowledgeable about people who do content creation or YouTube or TikTok or whatever you want to call that, whatever that. I don't like calling myself an influencer. I'm not an influencer. I make college football videos. Like, that's what I do. I'm not going to go sit down in front of somebody and tell them I'm an influencer. I'm not going to do that. I don't consider myself that, and I don't even like the term. But every day that goes by, I think more and more people are kind of familiar with this line of work and how it works and things like that. And honestly, the last time I really looked into any type of home loan or anything like that was 2021. It was almost 3 years ago, or over 3 years, almost 4 years ago. Any plans to come to Athens again anytime soon? It doesn't look like I'm going to any games there this year. I guess there is a chance that if Georgia hosts a home playoff game, I would go. But short of that, I don't currently have any plans to go. Drove from Oklahoma to Starkville and saw nothing. Yeah, well, nothing to see. Monk, what are you doing? You want me to scratch your belly while you're laying on your back? You want me to scratch your belly? All right, I'll scratch your belly. Oh, look at this sweet baby. Look at this sweet baby comes in here and rolls over and says, "Scratch my belly, Dad." Okay, Monk, I scratch your belly. I'll be scratch your belly, baby. I sound big scratching on your belly. Oh yeah, you're a good girl. All right, Mike. Have a great day. See you on the stream tomorrow. Yep, see you tomorrow, Mike. Enjoy your Friday, buddy. Yeah, 9 a.m. tomorrow, college kickoff show. We'll try to give some money away on the rigged wheel. And then, of course, I'll be streaming the Georgia Tech Florida State game at noon, too, here on the channel. The Patreon stream tomorrow will be 8 o'clock for SMU, Nevada. No, YouTube at noon, Patreon at 8. Yeah. There weren't enough games this week worth it to do the poll on Patreon. So the poll on Patreon to pick the streaming times will start week 1. So I'll put the poll out Monday on Patreon for all y'all to vote on what y'all want me to stream for week 1. Uncle Lou about to lose money tomorrow. Can't wait for your commentary while we're kicking their ass. Yeah, I mean, I picked Florida State to win. I don't allow myself to be trolled about getting the spread on a game wrong. For trolling purposes, that's irrelevant. If I pick the winner or the loser of a game wrong, yeah, you can troll me. But I can't be trolled about getting a spread wrong. I've been sports gambling for 40 years. I know how hard it is to sports gamble. I'm not one of these idiots that comes on here and talks about how easy it is. It's fucking hard. It's really hard. It's hard to pick one game right. Sports betting is extremely hard to do. So I don't even allow myself to be trolled about picking something wrong against the spread. You can't call in and tell me I was wrong if Florida State wins because I picked Florida State to win. I mean, you could try, but if you think that's going to make me mad or get me riled up or something, if I pick wrong against the spread, then you're going to be disappointed when you call in because it's not going to work. Do I have any bets with people on that game? Let me pull up my list of bets. Now, if I made a bet with a person and that person beats me on the bet, then yeah, they control me about the spread. Let's see. Ohio State and Oregon. Michigan, Texas. LSU, Southern Cal. Texas and Georgia. Jeremiah Smith will play the first snap of the game. UTSA will make the playoffs. Oklahoma over 7.5 wins. Texas under 10.5 wins. Georgia Tech over 5 wins. Clemson over 9.5 wins. Tennessee minus 5.5 versus NC State. Iowa over 7.5 wins. Michigan plus 10 versus Ohio State. Texas minus 3.5 versus Michigan. Florida over Miami straight up. Florida plus 2.5 versus Miami. Florida under 5.5 wins. Alabama beats Georgia. Tennessee minus 5.5 versus NC State. Georgia over 10.5 wins. FSU to make the playoffs. Georgia Tech plus 13 versus Florida State. That's with Jackpot, and he's got Georgia Tech. So is that the only person that made a bet with me on the Georgia Tech Florida State game? JC, South Carolina over 5.5 wins. Jared, Oklahoma over 7.5 wins. GNS coverage, Colorado over 6.5 wins. Huffer-Billy Paul, Clemson plus 13 over UGA. Yeah, so the only person I have a bet on with the Georgia Tech Florida State game is Carolina Jackpot, and he took Georgia Tech plus 13. What happened to our music? Did they turn it off? Video paused. Why? That's stupid. Let me go refill my coffee. I'll be right back.
It's only the thrill of boy meeting girl. Opposites attract. It's physical, only logical. You must try to ignore that it means more than that. Oh, what's love got to do? Got to do with it. What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? It may seem to you that I'm acting confused when you're close to me. If I tend to look dazed, I read it someplace. I've got cause to be. There's a name for it. There's a phrase that fits. But whatever the reason, you do it for me. Oh, what's love got to do? It's got to do with it. What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do? Got to do with it. Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? I've been taking on a new direction, but I have to say, I've been thinking about my own protection. It scares me to feel this way. Oh, what's love got to do? It's got to do with it. What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do? Got to do with it. Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? What's love got to do? Got to do with it. What's love but a sweet old-fashioned notion? What's love got to do? Got to do with it. Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken?
All right. I'm back like vertebrae. What's the bet y'all are talking about? What bet is it? Hey, Tea Sipper, do you have anything that you I hear what you're saying about the saving money and how you are with your clothes or whatever. Do you have anything that yeah, last night's stream must have got copyrighted because I looked for it this morning and it wasn't there. So I got to go back to my other YouTube channel and see if it, but I'm sure it got copyrighted. That's always the case. A lot of the live shows get taken down for copyrighted music. But do you have anything that you like one thing where you're like, I'm not that you do splurge on? I know a lot of people who are like you, what you're saying, they you know, save money here, save money there, wear the same pair of shoes for 2 years, whatever, that kind of thing. But is there like one thing that you do spend money on yourself? For me, it's clothes. Would probably be the thing. And well, by clothes I mean hats, shoes, pants, shirts, the whole deal. But computer you use for work, yeah. It's not up to YouTube what gets copyrighted or not. That's not fair to blame YouTube. It's not up to YouTube. YouTube, it doesn't have anything to do with YouTube. It's the owner of the music. If you want to blame, it's the owner of the music. Whoever that is, whether it's the artist, the songwriter, the record label, whoever owns the rights to the song, that's whose fault it is, not YouTube's. YouTube does plenty wrong, but that's not it. That's not one of the things there. There's nothing YouTube can do about it. Guns, yeah, I know a lot of people that are that way. I know a lot of people that like guns is a big one that people will spend their money on. Golf is another one. Like some people that it blows my mind, and I know it's because I'm not into golf. And if I was into, like, I'm into other things and I spend ridiculous amounts of money on that. But like it blows my mind the amount of money that people who are into golf spend on golf. Whether you're talking about the equipment, you know, the clubs, the balls, the bags, the shoes, all that, or just like what they're willing to pay sometimes to play golf at certain places. Like it blows my mind, the amount of money people spend on golf. Cars is another one. Yep, I think we probably all know people who are like the quote unquote car guy, and they dump money into their car all the time. Yeah, Parker, facts. Facts, Parker. Hey, Parker, I saw Keith at lunch the other day. How's the pest control business going? I feel bad for you working up under him, but I hope it's going well. He doesn't seem like he'd be easy to work for. Lou, the bet, will you bet me for tomorrow? I'll take Georgia Tech win straight up, no points. You want Georgia Tech straight up? Of course I'll take that. You're giving me 10 free points. Yeah, I'll take that. I will never say no to anybody who wants to bet straight up and give me the favorite. I'll never say no to that. Oh, Parker, when we saw so Parker, me and my dad, your grandpa, me and grandpa went out to lunch the other day, and Keith just happened to be there. So he came and sat with us while we ate. Within 5 minutes of sitting down, he had pulled out his phone and showed us both how much money he was making on BetUS. So that's hilarious that you just said that. Parker in the comments is my nephew, y'all. If y'all don't know, that's my brother's son. He just graduated high school, by the way. Well, I say he just graduated. He graduated in May. So he's out in the real world now working, and he's got a job with my uncle. Keith is my uncle. We're talking about Keith. Anyway, my uncle Keith owns a pest control company, and Parker went to work for him. And I've known my uncle a long time. He can't be easy to work for. I think it's good that you're out working, though, Parker. I'm just messing with you about the Keith thing, but I think that's a good thing you're doing. Fuck copyright. Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. For those of you that don't know exactly how it works, if a song is played on YouTube, it doesn't matter whether I play it or someone else plays it. It doesn't matter. If a song is played on YouTube and the owner of that song tells YouTube to take it down, they have to take it down, period. That's just all there is to it. And it solely depends on who owns the song. So, for example, Tool doesn't care. You can play Tool songs 24 hours a day. It's never going to get taken down. Now, you won't be able to monetize it, but it'll never get taken down, period. You play 30 seconds of a Garth Brooks song and your channel will likely be gone. Garth Brooks doesn't allow his music on YouTube at all, period. End of story. Doesn't matter who you are, how big your channel is, nothing. You play 30 seconds of a Garth Brooks song, you're likely to lose your channel. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Austin. I just saw it. Let me check. I'm sure it's on there. All right, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. And Austin, I don't have a pen in here right now. I have the sheet of paper with all my bets written on it, but I don't have a pen in here right now. But since this game is tomorrow, I'm not even going to worry writing it down. But feel free to email me after the game and remind me if Georgia Tech wins, okay? And I'll be able to just email me and say, hey, we had a bet on this game through Cash App. I'll pull my Cash App up. I'll say, oh, yeah, that's right. And I'll send you twice what you just sent me when Georgia Tech wins. But I don't have a pen in here. I took the pen out of here yesterday to do something in the kitchen. and I don't have it back in here. I don't have it in here right now. So, and the game's tomorrow, so I probably won't forget anyway. I write the bets down because there's so many of them, and in a lot of cases the games are months away. But so I should remember that, no problem. But we've made bets before, so you know you don't have anything to worry about. But if for some reason I don't pay you like within an hour to game in, and just send me an email. It has been a long wait. Any advice for streaming football on YouTube? Yeah, you don't do it. You can't do it. Your channel shut down. I mean, you can do the streams like I do and like a lot of other people do where you're reacting to the games that you're watching, but you can't show the game on YouTube. You get your channel shut down. Any grass left in the front yard? Yeah, I went and bought the shit and sprayed the yard and got rid of most of them. I mean, they did some damage, but it wasn't actually, it wasn't that bad. And, they, at least, well, this is what I was told. I was told they don't eat weeds. They will literally crawl around the weeds to eat the grass. And I'm not going to lie, this yard is covered in weeds. We moved in here the middle of March, and the yard here was horrendous. Just horrendous. And it would cost a lot of money to get it right. And I don't know that I'm willing to do that in a place that I might only be at for a couple of years. I am hiring a I don't even know what you call. Well, I have a guy that comes and cuts the grass, but I'm hiring a weed, whatever. True Green is what it's called around. It's a company called True Green. Basically, they come once a month and they spray your yard for weeds or whatever else. I am going to hire them here in a couple of months. But I'm not doing much to... In other words, I don't care that much about the yard. I care enough to keep it cut. I'm not going to pay... It would cost thousands and thousands of dollars to rejuvenate this lawn. It's really bad. It's 90% weeds, 10% grass. It's really bad. Now, if I owned this house, then yeah, I would do it. But I don't own this house, so I pay to have the yard cut and trimmed. I pay for grass cutting, edging, and blowing. Every 2 weeks, the guy comes out and does it, and then like a few times. Maybe 5 or 6 times a year, I'll have him do other stuff, trim the bushes back or cut some branches down off a tree, stuff like that. But I'm not dumping thousands of dollars into the yard when I may only be here for a couple of years. And the yard is really, really bad. So because they don't eat weeds, I guess there wasn't much for them to eat in the yard. It wasn't as bad as I thought it might be. I am doing some work in the backyard because I spend a lot of time out there. There's a nice big patio back there, and we've got some patio furniture. I'm getting another table and chairs to go out there, a couple of umbrellas. I got a grill. I'm building a fire pit next month in September back there. A bunch of pine straw to fill in some beds that are back there. So I am gonna put some money into the backyard just because I spend so much time back there looking at it. But the front yard, I couldn't care less. You want Georgia Tech straight up too? Yeah. I will bet the Georgia Tech game straight up with anybody that wants to bet Georgia Tech because I'm getting 10 free points. So, yeah, I'll make that bet with anybody. It's a gas grill. It's a gas grill. Yes, I know charcoal is better. I don't care. It's a time issue for me. I'm not spending 45 minutes getting a charcoal grill going and all that to cook 4 steaks. I'm just not doing it. So it's a gas grill. Yeah, it's insane what people will spend on their yards, but I get it. If I get it. Just be a mud pit? Yeah. Well, you might be right. We'll find out. Maybe if I get rid of the weeds, the grass will spread. Or I'll lay some seed down or something. But it is bad. It's bad. AC down? No, the AC works. It's making some kind of a weird noise. I'm hoping it'll blow up. It's making a noise that sounds bad. Like, it's loud, too. I mean, you can hear it from like 4 or 5 houses down. It's really, something is going on. And I called the guy and told him on Monday, I said, hey, man, or we emailed him or whatever we do. And I was like, something's wrong. It's like, it sounds really bad. I'm telling you. And he was, he was like, well, is it still working? I said, yes, working. And he goes, is it too loud for you to sleep? And I said, no, I can sleep. He said, all right, I'll send somebody out there Friday to look at it. So somebody's coming out there at some point today to look at it. But it's really loud when it cuts on. It sounds like rocks inside a tin can. It's loud. And you can hear it in the house. It's loud in the house. But so, of course, I'm hoping it blows up. I did what I was supposed to do. I called him and told him, hey, I think something's wrong. What he does or doesn't do, that's on him. But I told him. But, of course, I'm hoping it blows up and he has to replace it. You won't see Lou out in the front yard spreading grass seed if that's what I decide to do. You'll see somebody else doing it. I won't do. I don't do yard work. I hate yard work. I can't stand it. I've never liked it. I've done it, when I've had to, but there's nothing about yard work that excites me at all. I cannot stand it. Some people love it. My dad loves it. My dad is 66 years old. He's out in his yard every day doing something. He loves that shit. He's always been that way. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. That's why I'm moving to Vegas. You don't have to worry about it. Your yard is just gravel. There ain't no grass out there. It's illegal to water your lawn anyway. Even if you had grass, there's no grass there. That's why I'm moving to Vegas. You don't have to worry about it. It's all hardscapes and gravel. Who gets fired first, Napier or Cristobal? I can't even believe you asked that with a straight face. Napier. Cristobal's got a 0% chance of getting fired this year. Napier's got about a 90% chance of getting fired this year. Sark is 6-13 versus the top 10. Yeah, but now that goes back to his other jobs. That's not just at Texas. That was when he didn't know what the fuck he was doing at Southern Cal. And where was the other place he was at? Before he came to Alabama as offensive coordinator and got rejuvenated and then went to Texas. So that's his record before being at Texas. But yeah, that is correct on his top 10 record. Yeah, Arizona's like that too. You don't see no grass out there. Yeah, it won't be Cristobal. Don't waste your money betting on Cristobal to be fired. Have you seen their recruiting? Cristobal ain't going nowhere. This is going to be the second year in a row they've got the #1 ranked recruiting class in the ACC. They were top 10 class nationally last year. They've got a top 5 class right now, and they've been top 10 in the portal both years. He ain't going anywhere. Yep, give me a rock garden, a nice patio, a pool in the backyard, takes up a lot of space where grass used to be. Yep, give me all that out in Vegas. That's me. I think a lot of people think I'm bullshitting. I'm telling you right now, there's a 90% chance that I will be living in Las Vegas in 5 years. I'm just telling you right now. But once my kids are good and gone and out of high school and set with college or whatever after that, and BA's kids are gone, same thing with them, I'm out. I'm out of here. I don't know for how long. I will come back here. I'll end up back in Augusta. I'm not moving away permanently, but I've never lived anywhere else my entire life other than the Augusta area. I've moved around Augusta 4 or 5 times, but I've never lived anywhere else. And I want to, so that's what I'm gonna do. PayPal? All right, let me check. Same thing, if it's on the Georgia Tech game, same thing I told Austin, I don't have the pen to write it down, so if just email me or get in touch with me some way after the game tomorrow, if Georgia Tech wins, and remind me we made a bet and remind me where you sent the money to, so that I can look and say, oh yeah, that's right, there it is, and then just easily send you back twice what you sent. Because, I pay however you pay, so Austin sent Cash App. So if Georgia Tech wins, he just needs to tell me, hey, we had a bet, I Cash Apped you. I'll go to Cash App, I'll see that he's, yep, he sent the money, and then I'll send him twice back. Same thing with you, but with PayPal. Let's see here. What do we have here? What am I looking for? Where are the droids I was looking for? Oh, right there. Yep, I got it, Mason. All right, we're good, Mason. I got it. Ronnie, the limo driver. What about him? Leave Ronnie alone. Dude. Ronnie, the limo driver, is a fucking boss. Did he pass away? No, that was Ralph. Passed away, wasn't it? Which one of them? One of them passed away recently. Was it Ralph? Howard Stern's what did he wardrobe guy? Housing in Vegas is expensive. Not really. Every housing is expensive everywhere, but it's not overly expensive in Vegas, no. When I say Vegas, I'm talking about the suburbs. I'm not living on the strip. I'm talking 30 minutes, 45 minutes out. Henderson, Summerlin, that kind of thing. But yeah, Ronnie the limo driver moved to Vegas. That's right. Yeah. Ronnie the limo driver. Oh, you lived in Henderson? Yeah. Henderson, Summerlin, that's what I'm talking about when I talk about moving to Vegas. I'm not moving into Caesar's Palace for a year. The burning dumpster in the swamp is reunited. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. I don't know if it ever got put out, actually. What's the easiest money you've ever made on a bet? Like the stupidest bet you've received? You know what? I don't know. The stupidest bet anybody's ever made with me. You know, I don't know. I think this person that somebody bet me that UTSA was going to make the playoffs this year. I think that's a stupid bet just because there's 8 or 9 group of 5 teams that can make it. I don't know why you would bet on UTSA out of those 8 or 9, but Texas State is making the playoffs, says Thomas McMullet. I hope for your sake you're right, Thomas. Well, Peanut's just stupid in general, yeah. Now UMass is winning the Natty. Okay. I think it was 500, Biscuit. I don't think it was 1,000. Was it 1,000? I don't know. Maybe y'all might remember better than I do. It was. I thought it was 500. It was either maybe it was 1,000. I thought it was 500. I think what it was is 2 $500 bets. I think it was. Sir UJ says it was 1,000. Okay, I guess I was wrong. I don't know why I thought it was 500. Okay, it was 1,000 then. Oh, I know the stupidest. Yeah, the stupidest bet anybody ever made with me was the Donald Trump bet from 2020. That was the dumbest by far. If I live to be 500 years old, I'll never see a bet dumber than that. That was by far the dumbest bet anybody ever made with me. Now, he didn't pay, and I had to track him down and fucking harass his sister at work and shit like that to get him to pay me, but he did end up eventually paying me. But that was the dumbest bet. That might be the dumbest bet anybody on planet Earth has ever made. Because he didn't okay, so the election was like November 5th or whatever, 2020. He made this bet with me on like December 15th. You know, he was one of these people that thought, well, the Supreme Court's going to overturn it and Trump's going to declare martial law and fucking the QAnon shit. He believed all the QAnon shit. So the election was on November 5th. It was like December 15th or 20th. He made this bet with me. He said, I'll bet you, it was $500 that Donald Trump would still be president on January 21st, the day after inauguration day. Of course, he lost that bet. Hey, let me go. I got to end the show. I think that's the air conditioner guy here to look at the AC. It just rang the doorbell. But I'll see y'all tomorrow at